It's already begun. The portal is wide open, and whether you realize it or not, you're in it, along with everyone you know. From this moment on, nothing unfolds the way it once did. The shift happened the instant you woke up today. The 55th portal didn't wait for a time or a sign. It opened without hesitation. And now, everything is in motion. You may not feel it yet, but your energetic field has already shifted. The world around you is vibrating with change. Most people won't notice. They'll scroll, rush, sleepwalk through the day, unaware that every step they take is inside something sacred, unstable, and alive. They'll think it's just another ordinary day, but it's not. If you're spiritually awake, pay close attention. This portal isn't behaving like the others. There's something different about this 55 gateway, something no one saw coming. And here's why. The desires you barely acknowledged, the silent wishes you never dared to speak aloud. Those might be the first to manifest. I'll explain why in a moment. But before you can fully grasp what's unfolding, you need to understand the energy of the number 5, because it holds the key to everything. The number 5 is wild energy. In numerology, it's forward motion, radical freedom, breakthroughs that don't ask for permission. And on May 5th, it's freedom squared, a double burst of motion right into the heart of your spiritual circuitry. But in 2025, it hits another layer deeper. Because this year, May 5th, 2025 is a 555 alignment, a code that doesn't repeat often. It doesn't collapse timelines. It constructs, it charges, it builds. And when you step fully into that field, something very specific starts to happen. Those who've moved through life with quiet goodness, no spotlight, no agenda, start getting seen in ways they never expected. The universe never forgets quiet strength. Not all heroes are loud. Some of you have been pouring yourselves into others behind the scenes. No recognition, no applause, just love, just presence, just care. You've stayed up late helping people who disappeared when you needed them. You've spoken life into strangers without anyone noticing. You've smiled through storms so others wouldn't have to feel yours. And if that's you, this portal sees you. This 55 energy has memory. It tracks the quiet kindness, not the performance, not the post, not the show, but the moments no one saw except the energy around you. If you've ever cried alone after lifting someone else up, this energy is coming back around to lift you. This is cosmic reciprocity in motion. What you gave in silence is returning in power. Not always in the way you expect, but in ways that restore something deeper. Your faith, your fire, your why. Because this portal isn't just about what's coming next. It's about balancing what's been building quietly, soul by soul, for years. And when the portal scans for alignment, it doesn't look at perfection, it looks at intention. And right now, those who've been gentle even when the world wasn't, are about to feel a force return to them that doesn't just reward them, it restores them. Energy always circles back, and kindness has the longest orbit but the strongest return. This portal does not do later. There are some things you've been putting off. You told yourself it wasn't time, that the timing wasn't right, that you needed one more sign, one more nudge, one more reason. Well, this is it. The 55th portal hates stuckness. It's allergic to idle energy, and it will not let you coast through this chapter on cruise control. If you've been waiting to move, this portal might move without you, and that means life is going to shift something. Could be a confrontation you've avoided, a message you were scared to send, a door you didn't know you'd closed on yourself. This portal will push you, not to punish you, but to get you unstuck before it's too late. Because when freedom enters, it clears, it releases, it cuts cords and ties loose ends. If you've been dragging something behind you for too long, this portal will rip it off. And here's the truth. Not all movement feels good at first. Sometimes clarity comes through friction, but it's not here to break you. It's here to jar you loose, to wake you up, to drag the future out of the waiting room and into your now. You weren't meant to sit at the threshold of your life forever, and if you don't walk forward, something is about to shove you. And that might just be the best thing that ever happened. Lately, you might have found yourself pulling away, not in a dramatic way, but in those small, almost unexplainable choices. Ignoring that text, skipping that group chat, saying no to something you'd normally say yes to. No guilt, just disinterest. That isn't you being cold or distant. That's you being protected. The 55 portal is already filtering the noise before it even reaches you. Conversations that would have drained you. You didn't even notice them pass. People who no longer fit your frequency. You simply haven't thought of them. That's not coincidence. That's calibration. Every no you've said lately has been divinely backed, even if you didn't know it. This isn't isolation. It's insulation. The portal is preserving your energy because you'll need it soon. You're not meant to be tangled up in every plan, every voice, every frequency. Right now, you're being tuned, not away from people, but towards something much more precise. So if you've been more quiet than usual, it's okay. If connection feels like too much effort, honor that. Your soul is making space for something very specific. Something that isn't going to demand your time. It's going to match it. This is the kind of spiritual refinement that doesn't ask permission. It simply rearranges your reality until the only thing left is what resonates. It's not too late. It never was. This portal wasn't timed for the people who feel on top of the world. It wasn't designed for the confident, the booming, the ones at their peak. It was timed for the people holding on by a thread, for the ones who almost gave up on something precious, maybe even themselves. And it knew. It always knew. You might not see it yet, but something sacred aligned itself with your lowest moment. That exact moment when you thought it wasn't working, when you told yourself maybe it was time to stop, to let go, to vanish into the background. The portal saw you. The portal saw you right before the breakdown and held the door open. You weren't late. You weren't forgotten. You were early, waiting at the door before it even appeared. And now that it's open, it's not asking you to fix everything at once. It's just asking you to move, a tiny step, a single breath in the direction of something better. This isn't about massive comebacks. It's about quiet returns. The kind that happens slowly through moments of grace and then all at once when you realize you never actually left. You just paused. If your energy's been low, your hope flickering, your drive fading, know this: that wasn't the end. That was the inhale before a redirection, and you're standing in it now. The pivot point, the unexpected beginning, because what's coming next wasn't part of the plan. It's better. You didn't ask loudly, but the portal heard you anyway. Remember when I told you this portal was bringing in the things you barely asked for? This is what I meant. You see, this isn't about the goals you wrote down in gold ink. It's not about the mantras you repeated, the rituals you followed, or the manifestation boards you built under a full moon. This portal isn't responding to your performance. It's responding to your imprint, the subtle gravitational pull of the thoughts you never fully owned but never fully let go of either, the quiet longings, the passing curiosities, the things that didn't even feel like desires, just flickers, that apartment you half daydreamed about while scrolling, that version of yourself you saw in someone else's eyes for half a second, that alternate life that whispered your name, then disappeared into the background. This portal doesn't chase declarations. It follows energy trails. It's pulling on the invisible thread of those moments, the ones where you felt something but didn't say anything, the ones that lived between thoughts. This is a portal of side doors, of what-ifs, turning into reality, not because you asked, but because something in your field remembered. That's why it feels strange. That's why things might start arriving out of nowhere. It's not chaos, it's choreography, the slow return of fragments you accidentally magnetized. And the best part, you won't need to do anything to receive them. No chasing, no proof. Because this portal already counted your pause as a prayer. What you almost wished for is already on its way, because you lingered in its frequency just long enough to leave a signature behind. That's what the 55 portal honors. Not the loud voice, but the quiet signal. Not the confidence, but the curiosity. And here's what's even wilder. It doesn't wait for you to feel worthy. It moves before you give it permission. That's the nature of this kind of manifestation. It shows up uninvited, but somehow perfectly timed. You didn't ask out loud, but the portal heard you, and now it's answering back. We talk a lot about what's solid, what we can name, touch, measure, air, fire, water, earth. But the fifth element has no shape, no rules. It isn't something you stand on, it's something that stands with you. And it's the one most people forget about, the one that's always been there. The ancients called it ether, spirit, the invisible breath behind the breath. It moves not above you, but through you. And on this 55th portal, that movement becomes unmistakable. This isn't an energy you command, it's one that reveals. It doesn't obey intention. It responds to presence. It doesn't push. It pulls, quietly, unshakably. You're not just made of matter, you're made of mystery. And this portal is reawakening something ancient within you. You'll start to sense it in the quiet spaces, in the pause between thoughts, the stillness between breaths, the way your body seems to know before your mind understands, a flicker before a thought, a truth before a question. That's not imagination, that's spirit stirring to life. This energy isn't logical, it predates language. It doesn't demand you fix, force, or figure anything out. It simply invites you to notice. Everything already moves in harmony when you stop trying to control it. This portal is a thinning of the veil between the visible and the felt, between what seemed dormant and what has always been alive beneath the surface. Some of you will sense it like a rhythm coming back. Others, like a weight finally lifting. And some won't feel it until their world quietly rearranges. And suddenly things just work. Spirit doesn't need your belief. It needs your stillness. Long enough for you to hear what's always been whispering. The fifth element doesn't wait for clarity. It moves through instinct, momentum, and that subtle voice you usually ignore until it grows too loud to dismiss. So if the winds feel different, if your thoughts move in strange directions, if your body is tuning into things it can't explain, it's not chaos. It's connection. There won't be thunder, no grand sign, no lightning strike. Just a shift so subtle it might pass unnoticed. A breath, a flicker of presence, and then something within you rearranges. Without effort. It might happen in the middle of something ordinary, scrolling, waiting, zoning out, when suddenly something settles, not a breakthrough, not an epiphany, just a quiet release, like something that's been holding on finally lets go, like a lock unlatches without a key. There's no need to explain it, you'll simply feel it. The confusion softens, the urgency fades, and the heaviness that clung to you begins to lift, not with drama, but gently, like a burden that realizes it no longer belongs to you. The ache loses its grip. The pressure no longer defines you. The portal doesn't shout. It speaks in clarity, not volume. A sense that your inner compass has aligned again, and in that instant you won't ask for proof. You'll just know. Something new has begun, and you're already in it. Thank you for staying with me until the end. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support means a lot. Feel free to share what you're sensing or experiencing in the comments below. Until next time, stay aware, stay open, and remember to subscribe for more.